Muhammad Ali Jinnah became the first Governor-General of Pakistan. Then Liaquat Ali Khan became Pakistan's first Prime Minister. In March 1956, Pakistan produced a constitution and formally became an Islamic republic within the Commonwealth. General Ihsan Mirza became its first president. Pakistan is a developing country in South Asia, having total estimated population of 177 million in 2011. The total civilian labor force is around 67 million.
Pakistani people have faced many exclusions from worker and human rights. Though the labor rights prohibits all forms of slavery, forced labor and forced child labor, it's still a big problem that faces the Pakistani government. Their rules and regulations can be very scarce. People can find loopholes, plus the country is still very corrupt. With 67 million people in Pakistan working in the labor force, it's very hard to regulate.
There is an estimated 12 million children in the child labor industry. They are being exposed to both physical and mental abuse in their work environment. One of these children is being exposed to physical violence in a brick factory where he works. When he refused to work anymore, his boss crushed his hand. This is just one of the alarming stories that the children of Pakistan can tell. The work environment for these children is dangerous. Up to 1.7 million children from the age of 5 are working in illegal brick factories. 7-year-old Muhammad Kashif is one of those children. He works 6 days a week from as soon as the sun comes up to midnight. The environment at such factories is disturbing. There is no water, no breaks, and no hygiene. Pakistan is ranked the third most dangerous place in the world for women. It also happens to be the only region in which men outnumber women. They experience severe abuse, including acid attacks. This abuse can start from a very early age. There are about 105.7 men to every 100 women. A woman's statement taken in court is weighed at only half of the man's value. In the rural areas of Pakistan, they are subjected to an almost slave-like relationship with their fathers, brothers, and husbands. In Pakistan, one of the major concerns to the family is honor. When a family member disrupts the family's honor, they usually go to a murder to re-establish their reputation. These murders are called karo karai. If a woman does any immoral act, a male family member such as a father, husband, or brother will commit karo kari.
Pakistan has many violations to human and worker rights. Currently, no affirmative action has been taken. The Pakistani government has failed to protect their people, especially women and children, which happens to be most of the workers in the factories. Pakistani workers are subject to many exclusions from labor law, as well as being faced with many problems with violence and crime. Last year, many protests had taken place which led to the murder of 8 people in Baluchistan. Speaking of protests, in 2012, approximately 10,000 workers from the Labour Farming Movement, which is a power loom workers movement, began a 155-kilometer march from Faisalabad to Lahore to demand that owners of factories must pay minimum wages in the country. The peaceful protest made the government follow the workers' demands and make sure the factory owners increased their wages by 28%. On last July, the government raised the minimum monthly salary from 13,000 to 14,000 Indian rupees, which is $270 to $291 in Canada, which is still a low salary for someone working hours on end trying to feed a hungry family.
By the late 1990s, Pakistan had come to the account of 75% of the total world production of footballs and 71% of the soccer ball imports into the United States. The International Labor Laws Forum that the Allies called attention to rampant child labor in the soccer ball industry. According to investigations, thousands of children between the age of 5 and 14 were putting in as many as 10 to 11 hours of stitching per day. Save the Children has also been working with some of the sporting goods manufacturers represented by the Skylot Chamber of Commerce industry in their international partner brands, represented by the World Federation of Sporting Goods Industry. This joint effort is aimed at ensuring that children are not employed to stitching footballs. So, Save the Children includes disseminating information about child labor on major networks like CBS.
Child labor and general oppression is severe and growing dangerous in Pakistan. Children are being forced into cruel work conditions just to stay alive. Many women are being brutally assaulted along with innocent bystanders. A lot of things that we buy here in a safe territory contribute to child labor.
It was estimated that 1/4 of the country's workforce was made up of children. These kids make about $6 a day, and they have to feed approximately about 7 to 10 people in these kids' homes. This should be stopped soon. We need to take an action.
These problems in Pakistan are a small part of the bigger picture. Child labor is such a big part of commerce these days. We need to educate the youth and general public on these illicit activities in our world.